All right, welcome back to the Wieland Racing Channel. We had a pretty solid week last week, albeit a little bit fatiguing, just coming off of the pretty big weekend the weekend prior, where I did the marathon and then the long ride. So this weekend actually was a sprint TriByKnight, and then I had a 5-hour ride that was going to be on the course, but ended up being inside because of rain and thunder and lightning and everything. So had to switch it up, and then I did a 15-mile run off of that. So we are chugging away at trying to get ready for an Ironman. So we are also pretty darn close to Chattanooga 70.3, which is going to be just around the corner next weekend. And so I'm pretty excited about it. Going to be excited to kind of let up just a little bit, see where I'm at. And then we are in the final stretch of Des Moines Ironman. So as the thumbnail suggests, I'm going to be aiming for sub 8:20. Now, I have never done an Ironman, full disclosure. I am kind of looking at this like what I think I could possibly do here. So when I run the numbers, it looks like it's about an 8:20. I think that'll do really well in the field, by the way, and I think that is a very realistic but also ambitious goal. So how do I get there? I think we kick things off on the swim with a 51 minute. Now, I've had a lot of 25s, and I've had one sub 25 for the half Ironman distance. So it's a rather ambitious goal to say that I would be around 51 minutes. But that being said, for those of you that know my style, I pretty much go out hot and then settle into a pace that's a little bit slower. The longer the event, I don't really slow up that much. Darn Milo. I don't really slow up that much. But instead, I just kind of maintain that same pace. So when it comes to an Ironman, theoretically, if I maintain the same pace, that getting out fast becomes very marginal in the grand scheme of things. And so I think around 51 is just where I'm going to settle in. And it is a double loop with a little bit of jogging, so I might be able to benefit from that. I love running in the sand, so yeah, we're going to sit with that 51. And if I'd love to be under 51 too, but that's where we're aiming at right now. So that gets me onto the bike. It's a lot smaller transition than last year, so I've put myself at about 3 minutes there. Hopefully that's realistic. Might be closer to 4. Not entirely sure. And then we get on the bike. It's a pretty hilly course, and I've done a 1:12 for my half Ironman distance. I really have not nailed a bike on half Ironman distance, to be honest. Still something I'm working on. I come from a sprint background, so like my aero is just not great. I'm not great at staying in it. I throw down the power and then I die off, throw down power, die off, and it just kind of, I'm really yo-yo-y. And so hopefully this time around I'm able to, we'll see at Chattanooga. I think I'll be able to post a personal best half Ironman split for the bike. Pretty confident in it. I've been doing some more structured work, so structured work in aero. But yeah, as I said, this is kind of a rolling course, full Ironman distance. I've kind of set the rough metric of 24 miles an hour. Now that's not super competitive usually against a pro Ironman field, but I think that's what I can do, and so my goal is going to be to just settle in and focus on my race. Yes, I will want to work with people here and there, but I think if I settle in and just try to keep things rolling, especially on that course, the back half, I'll be able to really get moving. I'm going to try to avoid surging as much as I normally do, just because I do think that has burned me in the past. And so at 24 miles an hour, that's going to put me at a 4:30 or 4:40 bike split. Do I think I can go 4:30? Absolutely. But again, trying to be realistic here. So 4:40 on the bike. Hopping off that bike. Pros are pretty lucky, and I guess everyone really is. It shouldn't be too bad. I anticipate about a minute for transition 2. Just getting out on that run. Might take a little bit longer. I'm gonna put socks on. I'm gonna get some goos ready, Martin gels actually, and then we're gonna be on that run. Now this is probably where the biggest discrepancies could be coming. I am planning on running a 2:45. I realize that is very fast for an Ironman distance, and I recognize that I may be being a little bit confident in an area I don't have expertise. But that being said, I am very good at holding low 6s, no matter how tired I am. I've done a few marathons, and I've, at this past race at, Ironman 70.3 Oceanside, I was pretty dead there. And I honestly, my dead cruise pace, barring any cramps, is that 6 low. So I think I could be there. I'm going to set out at that pace. I'm going to actually wear a watch, but I don't normally wear a watch in these races, just because first off, I still won't wear it during the swim. I can't swim properly, or maybe I can, it's just in my head, but my stroke just feels off wearing a watch. So I'm actually going to put it on to start the run. And so that'll be, hopefully I can get it on, get it satellites, get going. But yeah, I'm going to set out at a 2:45-ish pace, and just kind of, focus on just getting into the rhythm, getting hydrated, getting my gels down, and just focusing on pushing my body forward. I found a lot of success just kind of focusing in on my hips, making sure I'm driving, and then well, hopefully the crowd will also pump me up. I'm super excited. This is a home course. I am definitely going to be feeding off the energy from all the age groupers and then anyone else out there on the course, and so that'll be pretty exciting. And if you do the math, that's around an 8:20. And I think that, like I said, I can go under 8:20. Still have to do it, so don't give me credit yet. Some people put out big goals, and then they're like, everyone cheers them on. It's like, oh, that's crazy. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's a crazy goal, but I haven't done it yet. So don't give me credit till I do it. I will do it. That being said, another pretty solid week of training, and then kind of, like I said, tapering down into Chattanooga next week. So here is a hot track workout with a kind of different group. We had Kyle, Devin, and Kayla join me, and they did kind of partial distance to what I was doing for the full distance. And then, so let's jump right in. Alright, well that was it for the workout. I was pretty grateful to have those guys out there with me. It was a beautiful day out. We got some great weather this week, so I'm pretty excited. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next week.